So you have the 2025 Mazdas CX-70 and CX-90. What are the differences? What are you looking for if you're in the market for one of these? Well, welcome to Vagabond Builds with James and Sandy. We're going to answer those questions for you and what's exactly different. So let's go ahead and start so we stop wasting your guys' time. But just don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, to my left, I have the CX-70 in the 2025. This is the Turbo S Premium Plus trim, okay? You get 5 different trims on the CX-70. Here on the CX-90, this is the premium trim. We're not focusing so much on the trims rather than what is exactly different or why did they bring CX-70 to the Mazda lineup. Now, this has the option of 6 different trims, okay? You got 2 trims in the Turbo S and 4 trims in the non-S. To where here on the CX-70, you get 2 different trims in the Turbo S and 3 different trims in the non-S, okay? Now, right off the bat, what is the main difference between the CX-70 and the CX-90? As you know, or if you don't know, well, CX-70 is pretty much just the CX-90, but with some minor differences, like the front bumper fascias. If you start with the front bumper fascias here on the front end, the cut here on the CX-70, here on my left, you're going to see the difference right here. Comparing over to the CX-90, okay? Vertical, active air vent with just kind of an indentation in that front bumper fascia, to where here we got a matte black plastic bezel. That's pretty much the difference here on the front ends. Now, if we come over to the side, of course, the wheels or the rims or the tires are going to be different with regards to different trims and all that stuff. So we're just going to drop down. We're running on the CX-90 on my right-hand side. It is a Toyo Open Country tire A50. The size of this exact tire is 275/45/21. If we come over to the CX-70, again, I just want to show you guys a different look on the rim. We got a Falcon tire coming in at a 275/45/21. Okay, so pretty much same size tires, different looks on the rims. All right, now coming over to the side, as you can see, more blacked out trim that you get on the CX-70. We're on the CX-90, no blacked out trim. Come up, we got some chrome up here, some silver roof rails. Here on the CX-70, got the blacked out trim. Okay, this is to differentiate blacked out around the windows as well. All right, come over to the back. Now here over to the rear end, what's different? CX-70 now is on my right. The bumper fascia, complete different trim here, the bezels, the parking reflectors, okay, with some trim in the center of that. And if we come over to the CX-90, again, the trim is more on a horizontal, less bubbly, going across that whole rear bumper fascia, okay? That is pretty much different with the chrome as well, where the CX-70 is blacked out. Now, I'm gonna talk about some cargo area. This is where you're going to see a big difference on the CX-70 versus the CX-90. Starting with the CX-70, this is a 5-passenger SUV, okay? That is the main difference from the CX-70 over to the CX-90, okay? I know I said bumper fascias and trims and whatnot, but this is where you're going to be focusing on if you're purchasing this vehicle. Now, the cargo is completely bigger. Yes, the max capacity is about 75 cubic feet of space in both, but here you don't have the third row. But what do you get? You get a rear mat cargo just as the CX-90. But if we go ahead and lift this mat up, get a load of that extra cargo there under the mat. And you also have a little compartment in front. I'm going to show you guys, you can reach that right behind that second row. All right. You still have a spare tire in both CX-90 and CX-70 under that plastic cover. Now, on the right-hand side, we got an inverter and a 12-volt outlet. That is because of the trim of both vehicles. All right. On the left-hand side, electric control unit for that second row in the CX-70. 5 passengers. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys what 75 cubic feet of space looks like coming into the CX-90. Let me go ahead and move this. CX-90, get a load of this. Third row SUV, all right, 17 cubic feet of space here behind the third row. You can drop that and use that like that. Now, here's where I have to give some vagabond advice. I'm sure people are going to comment and say, which one would you do, the CX-70 or CX-90? I would do the CX-90. Why do I say that? Because you pretty much have the same exact cargo just with the third row option. All right, if you don't need the third row, drop the third row. Just in case, maybe you will need the third row one day. Pop up the third row and use that little 17 cubic feet of space, okay? But the CX-70 has just the 5 passengers, so you don't have the third row, and hence you can only put max 5. go with the CX-90. Honestly, get a load of this, same exact idea back here, but you don't have that undermat cargo. So I guess maybe if you need an undermat cargo, that's why you would do the CX-70. But let's go ahead and put these back in and shoot over to the interior. Before we continue with this video, if you find yourself in the Sacramento, California, or the greater Sacramento area like Rockland, Roseville, Elk Grove, and many other cities, if you need a passenger van rental for the friends and the family for the fun activities such as San Francisco, Napa Valley Wine Country, Yosemite, Lake Tahoe, Yellowstone, and many other places, use the link in the description below and rent from Vagabond Van Rentals. We also deliver. Thanks, guys. Let's go ahead and continue with this video. Now sitting in the CX-70 interior, everyone. Now, we're not going to sit in the CX-90. Why do I say that? Because the interior on the front side is exactly the same. Sitting in the CX-70, yes, we have the khaki and the suede inserts. That's because of the interior color combo. The black center insert trim. But the 12.3-inch screen here on the infotainment screen with the 12.3-inch driver cockpit cluster display screen, exactly the same, okay? You can change the display look. That's what's different. You might catch that in this video. But exact same screens, tech, interfaces, everything. You got the wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. You get the navigation in both, just like that. Nothing is different with regards to the front of this interior. The center console, okay, complete same with the camera system, and you're going to see that on the infotainment screen. This is what the 360 camera looks like with a bird's eye view. We're going to click out of that. We get the 3 different drive modes. We got the sport, normal, and off-road, and that does change the theme when you're in between both. All right, and then we go ahead and open up the center console with USB-C plugins and some room in there. All right. Up top, we got the frameless rear view mirror, garage door openers, and the tilt slide moonroof option that goes all the way over the second row seats. All right, but get a load of the dual climate control. You can sync those hard buttons, heated ventilated seats here on the right and on the left, and you can control the rear central temperature just like that. Okay, now that's pretty much exactly the same. Let's go ahead and show you guys now the differences between second and third rows in both. Now this is where the main difference is going to be. CX-70, just a bench row, 5 passengers optioned, okay? The CX-90, I did say we're not going to sit in it. I meant to say we're not going to sit in the front end or the front 2 seats. But I'm going to show you guys the second row. This is what the bench looks like with the armrest and the cup holders, okay? Everything else is the same here. Pockets, vents, USB-C plugins with your tri-zone climate control and your heated seats, okay? On the door panels, exactly the same with the sun visors and the lighting with your O-snap panels and the glass right over you. But what's different back here? Controlling this bench, dropping that backrest. Remember I told you guys you can actually access that cargo from back here as well. So you're getting 2 extra cargo compartments. All right. That is the CX-70 for you. Now that we're pretty much done with the CX-70, let's show you what the second and third row looks like in the CX-90. Now here's where the CX-90, I say, has what it has over the CX-70. You get the option of the bench seat in the CX-90 or the captain chairs. Okay, just a bit more luxurious and more comfortable on the captain chair option. You don't get this option in the CX-70, all right? With the armrests on each one, the aisleway. Now, remember I told you guys the front end looks exactly the same with the pockets, the tri-zone climate control, and the heated seats. If you want to take a peek up there in the front, looks exactly the same as well as on the 70. Now, we want to go ahead and jump over. Actually, sorry, we're going to bunny hop this seat forward, just like that. That's one difference you get to the third row seat. And again, this is what I was saying. This is why you want the CX-90 over the 70, is because you get the 3 extra passengers here in the back. Cup holders, as well as USB-C plugins on the right and on the left. All right. Now, guys, that's pretty much it, what we can bring to you guys. So remember, exterior, just the trims, the front bumper, the rear bumper. All right. Interior, second row seating, third row seating with the cargo. Pretty much different, okay? Now, here's the MSRP sticker first for the CX-70. Now, here's the MSRP sticker to the CX-90. Both are around the same price. CX-70 is coming in at $55,950. That's because it's the top Premium Plus trim. This being the Premium Turbo S trim, CX-90, it's coming in at $52,950. So $3,000 difference between the trims in the CX-70 and CX-90. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Thank you so much. Continue watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless you.